In this video, you learn how to choose and design the right Power BI visuals and why this matters for clear storytelling. We'll build maps, ribbon charts, and trend visuals while applying best practices to reduce clutter to highlight what actually matters. Let's dive in.
Then you can put an image as a logo. So you can just click on insert and then you can insert an image if you have a logo of your company. And I would encourage you to just go and use your own logo because we can also use the same logo to work on the color theme. That will come next. You have an interesting logo. So we have two colors. If I can have two more colors. So I can right click. Let's say I save image as. I'll just save it on the desktop. No more designs. Go back, insert image. So design goes. Okay, so we have a logo on the top. So now we have cards, we have a chiclet, we have a logo, and we have a report title. Let's do some organization. Let's use all of this and do some organization here. And this is revenue. So I can click on the card, right click, I can call it revenue. Card underscore revenue, card underscore profit, card underscore margin, chiclet slicer. Now this one is your report title. Then you also have your logo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Select everything, right click, group, report title. Correct? So you just group everything inside one report title. Let's check one more thing. If I go back to my dashboard, see how this thing has a different color? See this background? Yeah. See this. Let me give you a little trick. Now when that you have a group, right? Just notice this. You have this boundary in a group. See this boundary? This is a group boundary. And just how you can format a visual, you can also format a group. I click here, I go inside effects, I turn it on. See this? And then maybe I can just have a color, increase the transparency, just becomes a separate group on the top. Click on it and I can move it down. But your benefit of the report title is if you have multiple pages in a report, I can just copy this report title from here as a group, correct? I go to a new page, I just paste it, right? I might change these KPI cards, I might change a little bit of a title of the report, but see, there is a consistency across the pages. When someone navigates from one page to another page, there is a feeling of familiarity across the pages. Things don't change drastically from one page to another page. So you can have a consistent report title on the top. And what I have seen is a lot of pages will actually have your same slices and your same KPIs on the top. And at the bottom, you have different visuals supporting the narrative. Okay. Okay, what is this thing?
Slicer?
This is also slicer. We have just formatted it to look like buttons. Let's put a year slicer. I come here, slicer. From a date, I can drag my year inside the slicer. Whenever you have a number field or a date field, the default slicer is like a slider like this one. It's a default type of slicer for date and number, but you can change it in from format. Slicer settings, you can just change it to a tile. It starts to look like buttons. And see, when you drag it up, it becomes horizontal. And then you can turn off the header. You can also turn off the background.
Sorry, Ali, where did you change the shape of the slicer
Just,
from?
just drag it up like this. So
No,
what?
sorry, I don't mean that from the
Oh, you have a
slidey
slide.
thing to the box thing.
So it's here.
Yeah, I went in there and then visual.
Style is tile.
I
Okay, now, so this one was simple. Let's go back to the report. Let's create this visual. Now, creating this visual will be quite straightforward. It's a simple line chart. But then do spend some time doing the formatting. You know how I have this trend line, I have this slider at the bottom. This is your zoom slider. Then see how the line graph is formatted a little differently. So I'll go back. This is your line chart right here. And I will pick full month, drop it in x-axis, and I will pick revenue and drop it in y-axis. Right? That's a simple line chart. Line, full month goes inside x-axis, revenue goes inside y-axis. So once you have it, spend some time doing the formatting like we have in our final version of the report. So I will let you try a few things and then I will show you some features. Feel free to ask any question. If you want to do a certain thing, you have a new idea when it comes to report experience you want to discuss, feel free to discuss. Okay, have a look on my screen. I'll show you a few things. I click on it. First thing I do, I just take this off. This off, you already know how to do it. Go inside x-axis, I turn the title of the x-axis off. Then I go inside y-axis, I can take the title off. I can also take the value off. When you take the value off, you can turn the data labels on. So it gives you these data labels, right? Another option that you should consider with data labels, because data labels can also make it noisy if you have too many points, is this label density. Maybe you can reduce the label density a little bit. When you reduce the density, it only highlights your peaks. So you get an idea of your other points between the peaks, right? So it gives you some peak values and peak values. So you can get an idea of what, you know, these mid values would look like. And then you have the zoom slider. It allows you to basically zoom in into portions, right? Allows you to zoom in. You can also turn it off. I will turn this Y zoom slider off. So for now, only x-axis zoom slider in the x-axis is enough. You can also have a look inside markers and lines. You can go inside lines. You can change how your line looks like. For some little extra effect, something that I have started to use recently is also this chart, your area chart. I did not like it before as an area chart, but when I use an area chart, see this little area underneath. I can make it really, really transparent inside lines, shade area. So it has just this little effect at the bottom. When you use area chart under lines, you also have the shade area. You will only see this option when you're using an area chart. Another thing that you can try is this. Inside data labels, you can turn the background on. See this background? That also increases the visibility of your values. That's the background inside the data label. And then maybe I can change the value. Maybe I can change it to white. Let's see. Now white is black. Yeah, that's better. Let's do background black and then just try a few. Let's make this white. Yeah, see this? So try a few things because all of these options will actually work across multiple visuals. And then maybe I can decrease the size a little bit because now it's quite visible. Okay. How can you turn this off? What is this little thing? Do you see this? This little gray dots. What is it? Grid
They are
lines.
vertical grid
Yeah,
lines.
correct. Vertical grid lines turned on. So once you're happy with how your line visual looks, give me a thumbs up. I'll give you 2 more minutes. So just finalize it, then we move on to the next one. I'll give you one last thing. Yes, Haley.
Got to come off mute. Thanks, Ali. And so this example here, it's got a trend line or an average.
Yeah.
Could you walk us through how to do that?
Yeah, you could not find trend line because trend line is not in the formatting options. So I was just about to tell you where the trend line is, which is not here. Again, this area is such an underutilized, underrated space within Power BI. Makes me quite sad because you have extraordinary options here. So a lot of people will use very advanced tax calculations to create few things which already exist. Your average, your min, your max, your trend line, your forecast. So spend some time here. That's your trend line. Then you go and then you can just do some formatting of the trend line as you would want. But you also have things like average and median and percentile. If you want to have like a constant line, some kind of a targets, you can put constant lines here. That's your trend. Maybe I can change the color a little bit.
And sorry, Ali, I missed the bit where you've highlighted the the data points in black, please?
Yeah, sure. So here inside data labels, you have this background, right? Can you see it? And then I changed the value to white. So I had a really black background and the value becomes white. So it's in contrast. Okay. So that's your line. Which visual is this one? Any idea if you've used this one before? Any guess?
Ribbon chart.
This is a ribbon chart. That is correct. Ribbon with a double B. And this is a very interesting visual. You can think of a ribbon chart as a line chart plus ranking. Line chart plus ranking. See this? See, this is ranking how this moves up and down. A particular category across time, how it becomes the number one category, two category, third category. So it's a line chart plus ranking. So spend 5 minutes creating a ribbon chart. So I have revenue by top 3 retailer type. And see, just make sure you can also format it in a way. You might not be able to complete all the steps, but just go through the process and then I will take you through some of the things that we have done here. Okay. So it's a ribbon chart. Where is it? I can show you that. So your ribbon chart is right here. And by the way, when you hover, you can also see that's a ribbon. So create a ribbon chart. I can actually copy and paste my line chart. Copy and paste. Okay. Have a look at some of the techniques. I copy and paste my line chart. Let me actually make it a little small so you can see. There's a line chart. Then I can convert this to a ribbon, and whatever you put inside legend is how some things are ranked. I go inside my retailer type and I put legend inside the legend. So I have a line axis with a ranking on the retailer type. Once I have it, it looks too noisy because I have too many categories. What if I had like 50 categories? How do I reduce the noise to top 3 or top 5? That's when your top N filter becomes incredibly useful. You will use it a lot in your reports. So I click on it, I go inside the filter pane, and I only want to see top 3 retailer types. So I go inside retailer type. Instead of basic filtering, because your top retailers can keep on changing over time, I go to top N. I say top 3, you can do top 5, top 10, whatever you want. Based on what value? I want to see top 3 retailers based on revenue. So I go to revenue, I drag and drop revenue here. So drag and drop, because you can actually filter it by profit margin, by profit, by COGS. You can filter it by anything you want. I want to filter it by revenue and then apply. Make sure you drag revenue, right? This is your filter pane. So now it gives me top 3 retailer type by revenue. Then I go inside my formatting. I go inside my, see this data labels is on, but I can't see it. It's not appearing. And I also see this small message here, this arrow. I go inside, just do overflow text, and then it will start, it will display here, right? So now you have your label, data label, you have your top 3 retailers. Go inside ribbons and explore some of the formatting options you have. Shop.
Excuse me, Ali. I'm doing my. Oh no, I see what you've done differently.
You got it?
Excuse me, Ali.
Mhm.
When I'm trying to apply that filter to the ribbon chart, I don't get a drop down in the retailer. I'm assuming the filter's in with retailer type, top end, top 3. I don't have a drop down in the by value.
Okay, so do you change this basic to top N first?
Yeah, I'm reading top end, top
Yeah,
3, and my
yeah,
by value says
yeah,
add data values here.
yeah, yeah.
I need to pull it up.
Drag,
I get it.
drag it
I
here,
get it.
and then you click apply.
Thank you.
Okay, okay, that's your ribbon. Another interesting feature of ribbon chart is this. Whenever you hover, see here, whenever you hover over this area, it gives you some interesting tooltip, such as the you don't get such tooltips in other visuals. See this rank? It gives you the rank, and then the rank, and then it also gives you the revenue change. So let's actually point here. Okay, now you see. If I point here, you can actually see last rank, new rank, rank change, revenue change, like percentage change month on month. Just point your mouse here. This tooltip appears automatically. Okay, if this is working, let's create revenue by country. This is a very simple visual. It's a map chart, and we are using this bubble map. It's called, now they only call it a map, filled map. Yeah. So use the map chart, location. I'm going to put country inside the location, and revenue goes inside the bubble size. So basically, bigger the revenue, bigger the bubble size. And then explore some of the formatting properties. Map settings, I can make it look light, small, big. So it's a very simple map chart. There's nothing much that we have done in terms of formatting, to be honest. But I would encourage you to just explore heat maps. Now you have heat maps. You can increase the size of the bubbles if you want. Let's see if it's possible or not. Yeah. With map, another technique that people use is I can put my country inside legend. And just by doing that, every country will start to have a different color. And then I can turn off the legend. To put country inside the legend, every country will have a different color, and then you can go inside the formatting and turn the legend off. So, majority of the components of the reports of, of our final report is ready. So once we come back from the break, we still have few things to do. What are those? We have to see conditional formatting, right? Applied here. We have to see this report tooltip. We also have to see what are we doing here? Dynamic calculations. We will also touch on themes. How can you make use of themes? So we will still see few things after the break. So basic framework of the report should be complete by now. So your report does not have to look exactly what I see on my screen, but it should be similar. Should be similar to what I see. Should have all the visuals. You should have basic objects in place.
Excuse me, Ali.
Yep.
Just for the ribbon chart, I have not been able to add the data points.
I know why.
Do you?
In the data labels, you just have to turn on this overflow text. When you turn it on, then it starts to appear because now you allow it to just flow over to the other points.
Got it. 100%. Thank
Yep.
you.
No problem.